Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all the positive feedback on my first video. I really appreciate it. So today I'm going to share with you how you can put my last video into action. I'm going to give you 3 steps. Again, I like the number 3 in order to begin investing today. And the first thing you want to do is to pick a platform. So you want to pick a platform that is super beginner friendly because you want to make sure it's easy to navigate. The last thing you want to do is to be on a platform that might dissuade you from actually achieving your goals, right? In order for you to be able to make trades and do it seamlessly. Secondly, you want to look for a platform that charges 0 commission fees, also like 0 trade fees. And a great thing about 2021 is a lot of platforms provide this benefit. They do not charge any commission fees or any trade fees, which is awesome as an investor. Another benefit that you might want to look for is a platform that allows you to trade fractional shares. And fractional shares basically means that you don't necessarily need to have the full purchase price in order to obtain the stock. So say for instance that the stock is trading at $100, but you only have $10. So what that would allow for you to do is you would get a fractional share. So you get 10% of that stock. So that's really beneficial as a beginner investor. Maybe you're kind of weary or you're like, oh, I'm not sure how much you want to invest, or maybe you don't want to. Maybe you're building up the capital. So it's good to kind of have that flexibility. So I want to share with you quick recap of the tips actually. Let's do that first. When you're picking a platform, look for something that's beginner friendly, one that does not charge you fees to trade and sell, stocks or any securities. And the third one that you want to look for, again, benefit is one that maybe allow for you to trade fractional shares. So just something to keep in mind. I want to share with you 2 platforms really quickly that I have experience working in, just in case you want to possibly use those. I'm not saying that you have to, just wanting to give you some more information. So the first one is Robinhood. Now Robinhood has gained immense popularity because it's super beginner friendly. My mom even uses it. That's how easy it is. And it does allow for you to trade fractional shares. So really good benefit there. I also utilize TD Ameritrade. And TD Ameritrade is more of a traditional, I would say, investing tool. A little bit more challenging to navigate, especially if you're coming from a platform like Robinhood to TD Ameritrade. I do like TD Ameritrade because they do have different workshops that you can attend, all virtual now, which is great. And they have a great research, a lot of really good research tools. So again, looking at the pros and cons, I'm not saying TD Ameritrade is not beginner friendly. I'm just saying it's not as easy to navigate as like a Robinhood, right? A different application. And again, you can see the pros and cons of both. Another, I would say, con about TD Ameritrade, is that TD Ameritrade does not allow you to trade fractional shares. So just something to keep in mind if you want to utilize either one of those platforms. If you have any questions with any of those platforms, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. So once you have your platform and you figured, okay, this is a platform that you want to use, and you can use a multitude of different platforms, but again, that's completely up to you. The second thing you want to consider is whether you want to invest in individual stocks or if you want to invest in SPDRs, mutual funds, a combination, right? Really up to you. Again, there's pros and cons to each one, which is why diversification is super important. However, I want to stress, if you are feeling overwhelmed, like, okay, picking a platform, now you got to figure out which stock or, which sector, invest in the broader market under the S&P 500. And that sector is called the SPY, and you can kind of see it right here. This is what you want to look for when you are on your platform. If you say, hey, I just want to, invest, make it simple, make it easy. This is probably the best advice I can give you right here, right? SPY. Super simple. However, if you do want to invest in individual stocks, that you can definitely do that as well. But that's what you want to do. Once you figure out your platform, figure out, okay, what is your strategy, where you actually want to place your funds or put your funds in rather. And a good rule of thumb is you want to take the number 100 and you want to subtract your age, right? So say for instance you are 30. Wonder where I got that number from. You would take 100 minus 30, so you would get 70. Quick math here. So 70% of my money should be invested into the stock market, right? Versus 30% I would utilize for more of a traditional savings type of account. Really quick back of the envelope kind of calculation. If you're thinking about how much should I invest, how much should I put in, again, 100 minus your age, and that number is what you want to utilize in order to, when you look at your finances, how much you actually want to put into the stock market. Okay? So once you have done that, so we've kind of knocked it off, right? You have your platform. Now you have figured out your strategy. You figured out how much you actually want to put in. The last thing you want to do is sit back and relax. Okay, I'm kidding a little bit. But you do want to make sure, once you've actually figured out where you have your money, congratulate yourself, right? You have officially invested in the stock market. Super easy, right? I told you. Very easy. But you also, once you want to invest, you want to make sure you're tracking it, right? So there is something that's like leave it and forget it, which is good too, right? But you also want to just kind of track and see how the market's moving. I think this is a very good way for you to kind of understand and be able to talk about the market, right? Because you say, oh, the market's been up, because you're able to track your securities, right? So again, it just helps you to become more informed to make different decisions, and that can help influence your strategy on what you want to invest in by basically seeing how the market is moving, right? So those are my quick tips to invest today. So the next thing I want you to do after you click off this video is to go ahead and choose a platform. I'm telling you, this is a perfect time to invest. Go ahead, do it now. I look forward to talking to you in my next video.